Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on October 21, 2023. Mapping the destruction of Gaza. Reuters. Drone footage shows devastated Al-Zahra city after Israeli airstrike. The Times and the Sunday Times. Israel-Hamas war. Satellite images show rising humanitarian crisis in Gaza. India Today. Map. Scope of the destruction in Gaza. The Wall Street Journal. Damage maps of Gaza's hard-hit areas since the start of the war. Chinese ship is focus of investigation into damaged pipeline, Finland says. The Guardian. Finland contacts China, Russia regarding Baltic Sea pipeline investigation. Radio Free Europe. Radio Liberty. Chinese ship becomes focus of inquiry into Baltic pipeline damage. Financial Times. NATO boosts Baltic patrols after undersea infrastructure damage. Euractiv. Finnish police complete on-site probe at damaged Baltic Sea pipeline. Israel-Hamas war. UN Secretary-General calls for opening of Rafah crossing. Sky News. UN says aid delivery into Gaza via Egypt should take place in next day or so. The Times of Israel. The world is losing its humanity, UNRWA chief says. BBC. UN chief calls on Israel to open aid, lifeline, for Gaza, Israel vs Hamas. English News, News 18. CNN News 18. Gaza humanitarian crisis. Aid running out, mass displacement. Day of rage erupts across West Bank after Israeli forces attack refugee camp. The Guardian. Israel-Palestine war. Army raid on West Bank camp leaves death and destruction. Middle East Eye. Violence flares in the occupied West Bank, as Israel hits Hamas targets, latest from ITV News. ITVX. Several Palestinians killed by Israeli forces in the occupied West Bank. Al Jazeera English. Drone strike hits Palestinian gunmen in West Bank clash. Argentine election. Javier Milei, TikTok economist, leads polls. BBC. Argentina's election frontrunner accused of denying atrocities of bloody dictatorship. The Telegraph. With Milei leading Argentina's presidential race, abortion is on the line. Al Jazeera English. Argentina election 2023. Will the US dollar replace the peso in Argentina? Bloomberg. Javier Milei, a mini-Trump, could be Argentina's next president. Maryland Judge Andrew Wilkinson shot and killed outside his home. BBC. Maryland cops hunt for Pedro Argote, 49, after judge was gunned down in his driveway, hours after custody bat. Daily Mail. US. Marshals offer $10,000 reward for information on suspect in Maryland judge's murder. Fox Baltimore. A Maryland Circuit Court judge was fatally shot in the driveway of his home, police say. Saudi prince slams Hamas, Israel and the West. BBC. Powerful Saudi prince breaks ranks to condemn Hamas. The Telegraph. Ex-senior Saudi official. Hamas gave moral high ground to universally shunned Israeli government. The Times of Israel. Video. Saudi intel chief accuses Israel of funneling Qatari money to Hamas. India Today. Saudi intelligence chief Turki al-Faisal. No military option in Palestine, embrace civil insurrection and disobedience. Nawaz Sharif. The Pakistan Army's one-time arch-rival returns. BBC. Ex-PM Nawaz Sharif returns to Pakistan, World DNA, WION. WION. Ex-Prime Minister Sharif to return to Pakistan after 4 years. Bloomberg. Nawaz Sharif set to return to Pak, seeks to win back voters from Imran Khan, India Global. NDTV. Nawaz Sharif to land in Lahore years after stepping back to London in self-imposed political exile. Israel-Hamas war. I stopped counting after the 9th person was shot in front of us. Sky News. Palestinian stone throwers met with a bullet to leg from Israeli forces. The Times. Anger against Israel threatens to boil over in increasingly violent West Bank. The Telegraph. Israel-Gaza war. World sees Palestinian deaths as not as important as Israeli deaths, says grieving father in West Bank. Sky News. Israel-Hamas war. As protesters throwing stones are shot by Israeli snipers, this is part of normal life for the West Bank. Kenneth Chesebro, second Trump lawyer, pleads guilty to conspiracy. BBC. Trump's former lawyer, Kenneth Chesebro, pleads guilty to conspiracy charges. The Times, what does Kenneth Chesebro know about Arizona's fake electors? Ask him. The Arizona Republic. Opinion, Sidney Powell's plea is bad news for Trump and other co-defendants. We have a chance to change Poland, how young voters shape the election result. The Guardian, Poland is back in the European Union. Polish former Europe Minister, France 24 English. France 24 English, against all odds, Poland's election and the way forward. Euractiv, opinion, Poland opposition election win is big for democracy in Ukraine. Donald Trump fined $5,000 for disparaging claim about court clerk in $250 million fraud case. Sky News, judge fines Donald Trump for blatant gag order violation. BBC, Donald Trump threatened with jail after breaking gag order in $250 million fraud case. Sky News, judge fines Donald Trump £4,100 over post-maligning court employee. Israel-Hamas war live. White House walks back Biden's comment agreeing that Israel should delay Gaza ground assault. The Guardian, Biden seeks war aid for Israel and Ukraine from Congress. BBC News. BBC News, Biden says Hamas attacked Israel in part to stop agreement with Saudi Arabia. Hampstead Highgate Express, warning, Benjamin Netanyahu is walking right into Hamas's trap. The Guardian, opinion, Biden's speech lays out why Ukraine, Israel aid matters for the U.S. Judith and Natalie Raanan, Hamas frees 2 U.S. hostages. BBC, U.S. mother and daughter released from Hamas captivity after Qatar brokers deal. The Guardian, American mother and daughter first hostages released by Hamas. The Telegraph, live updates, Hamas frees 2 American hostages, even as Israel airstrikes continue in southern Gaza. The Independent, Hamas frees kidnapped mother and daughter. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.